We're Len and Sally Kurfirst, and this is our dog, Carl.
And we've been living in this house since September of 2024.
We're located in Sylvan Shores, Michigan, which is just a little bit north of South Haven, a little bit south of Saugatuck.
We decided that we wanted to build primarily so we could get exactly what we wanted. We wanted to make sure that we had space for our kids to come visit. I like to do art, so I wanted to make sure we had some space for me to do some of my creative projects. And we just felt, even from the very beginning, that Pine Creek was much more responsive. They listened to what we had to say and really wanted to accommodate what it was we were looking for.
It wasn't like a cookie cutter approach of, here are your options and, choose from A, B, or C. It was really kind of a process of listening to what we wanted and then working with us to kind of give us the house that we were looking for. They were just really patient, which was nice. They would have one set of plans there, and then we would say, that's what we want, and then a week later it'd say, maybe we want to go back to the other way. They never blink an eye, they just say, that's fine, now's a good time to let us know, and we would work with them on that, but that was always very much appreciated.
I think the thing that was the most helpful to me was their Builder Trend website, where we could go online and look at pictures, look at the schedule. Sometimes they posted video, especially as they progressed and we started to see the drywall going up and the light fixtures going in. They were just very transparent, very good at communicating, always responded to our emails or texts or calls. They did a good job of telling us if I was selecting something that was above what the budget was, and we would make that decision if we wanted to spend that money. There were also a few times where we changed things up and they let us know that we'd get a credit because we were actually coming in under budget with what we selected.
I was surprised at how little stress there was in the overall process. And when we first moved into the house, I think I remember telling Sally, I said I've never lived in a house as nice as this one. I was just amazed at what a difference new construction makes. The house is just really well built.
I'm glad we went with Pine Creek because I really did enjoy working with them. They were just extremely easy to work with, and in fact, we've hired them to finish off our basement for us just because we had that comfort level working with them.
They really delivered on what they promised. I felt as though we were working with almost like with friends as opposed to just a contractor who just had tried to slot us into their schedule. I'm all for talking to different contractors and trying to get different bids, and I think when people go through that process, it wouldn't surprise me if they end up with Pine Creek, as Sally and I did.